It's like a big canvas of sound and you paint.
Hello everybody, today we're gonna talking about my Sony A7s III setup, 4K, 120, 12 megapixel. I really love this camera. Let's go! Next shot you're gonna see, it's gonna be on my Red full frame 8K. You know, unfortunately I don't have a mic, and whole video I'm gonna try to put mic on my shorts and trying to record through my Sony camera. Alright, people start asking about what Sony camera I'm using, what settings, what rig, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna make my next video about my Sony camera. I'm using Sony A7s III, really like this camera, almost 2 years I'm using, and I'm gonna say it's do my work good, you know, no problem for photo, no problem for video. With 12 megapixel I don't have any issue. For me it's better because file size is small, and for Instagram nobody care, you know. One of the really popular lens I use when I use this rig, it's a 24 G Master 1.4. I really like this lens because it's super small, it's easy to put on a gimbal, you know, it's a lightweight, and of course 1.4 is really good for low light. Cage I use small rig, you know, it's so many different cages. For me small rigs just works, it's not expensive and it do job well. For handle I use a little bit different one, and I'm gonna say I really like this one because it's a little bit longer and for me it's easy to carry. And I'm gonna say you right now, I'm filming on my Red V-Raptor 8K ProRes right now, because another Sony camera I sold and I have a Red, and I was like, damn, how should I film my audio? I put video mic Go on my Sony and then I will connect with my Red, because I don't have this special adapter for my Red right now. When I shooting run and gun, I usually use Rode Video Mic Pro Plus, really good mic. Only problem, don't forget to charge this mic. And for monitor I'm using Atomos Ninja V. I really like this monitor. You can record through monitor and your Sony, and it's really good because when you're using your camera outside, it's hard to see, hard to expose your S-Log settings, you know, and I really like this Atomos monitor. I'm using with my LUTs. I will put one of my LUTs link in the description, you can download and enjoy. Every time I shoot on my Sony, it's always S-Log 3. S Gamma, you will see all my settings. Overexpose always 1.7, and best settings for me. For battery, I usually use original one. I use back in the day from different brand, but it's always have notification, I don't want to use this battery, and you need to press OK, and you know, it's like too much problem. I don't want to deal with this. With this camera, battery works pretty great, because remember A7s II, this camera was really painful. You need to grab 5-6 battery and then you can have one day shooting. I use 2-3 max and it's great, you know. Yeah, with the Ninja monitor you can tell I'm using big battery, and unfortunately because it's so bright you need to have couple of them for one shoot, 2, 3 or 4. But I still like this setup. For HDMI I just bought couple months ago, it's a Connor Blue, little bit thick, little bit like a bigger cable, but I feel its quality really good, because sometimes like when you're filming, someone touch your setup, you don't want to mess up, you know, and with this cable it's kind of like you're more safe. Of course, because this lens is 1.4, it's a really bright lens. I'm using ND filter, usually like Polar Pro, but I just bought maybe like a year ago Polar Pro base cam, bigger one. It's on my Red camera right now, and I really enjoy using this. Yo, you're probably gonna ask me, why do I have a really nice flare on my Red but not on my Sony? Because I have a matte box and I use, this is a beautiful filter from Polar Pro. People always have a cool question about this beautiful amazing filter. It's a little bit big, just say like, you know, you wanna come on a shoot and people like, when you come with your just camera, people look at you like, what are you doing? But when you have a little bit bigger rig, monitor, matte box, people looking at you different, and it's gonna make you probably more money. And thank you so much for watching my video, and see you in the next one. Peace.